So, hi team, we've actually been 10 minutes into the call and I forgot to record, but the lovely Joe reminded me. We've just been doing a bit of an overture and a prelude to talking about Simon Chan Day we had on the Sunday and his DMO of 3553. And Tiina is just about to give us a little bit of feedback on what she felt of the day and her insight into what 3553 is and any tips she can give us. Go, Tiina. Thank you.
Thanks, Hill. Sorry, I've been kind of running around the house. I don't have internet in my office. So I'm sitting in my storeroom at the moment. So shall I just talk what I kind of took away from it?
Yes, that's fine. Whatever you can, and we'll all try and fill in the blanks.
All right. I've heard so much about like people doing the business on Facebook and social media, and it's been such a kind of mystery to me in a way that I kind of have never really understood how they do it until I went to and heard Simon Chan. And what I really liked about it is because it's a little bit like his method helps to reach out to the cold market, so you don't need to really pester your friends or family. It's kind of going out and just finding new people who are open to something like this, people who are looking for something like what we've got. And like Hillary said, every call and every connection that you make, you start with the posture that they need what I've got more than I need them. So Simon basically says that your DMO is daily method of operation. So on Facebook, it's all about collecting friends. I think you can have about 2,000 friends or something. So he says that one of the things that I've struggled with is that my Facebook page has been something that I've used to keep in touch with my family. So I've kind of been very reluctant to use that as a tool to just befriend people I don't personally actually know. So Simon showed us a way how to, when you post things, you can actually create groups in Facebook and post things that only your family can see or only certain group of people can see. So that kind of helps. And I've got over this and thought that Facebook for me is going to be just my business tool. So I'm not going to go there and waste time just flicking through. It's just going to be a business tool to do my daily method of operation. And his daily method of operation is that you do 3 posts every day, and this is every single day. And he says that if you do this every single day, you will see results. It will happen. So 3 posts a day, 1 to inspire, 1 to educate, and 1 to entertain. And 3 posts a day doesn't mean that you have to come up with the content yourself. You can share, you can repost, anything. But the 3 things to keep in mind is that it has to inspire, or it has to educate, or it has to entertain. And he says not to mention Choose Plus anywhere, that you want them to come to you and get the information from you. They don't want to know that you're doing Choose Plus. So you just basically show what is your personality, what kind of person you are, so that when you are inviting people to be your friends, then they have a look at it and say, yes, I want to say yes to that person to be their friend. I'm just looking at my notes. So so the next thing then is, so you go to groups, you go and find groups that you enjoy, things that maybe you're organized mums or healthy mums, or whatever it is that you like in life, like what are your hobbies and things like that. So you go and find groups to join, and you your Facebook activity is basically hanging around in these groups and making contact with people and finding people you want to invite to be your friends. So if someone, for example, posts something, then you will go and comment on their post, because if you post something in a group and someone who you don't know comes and comments, then it's kind of like, oh, someone commented on my post. How cool is that? And you can like it, you can comment it, and then go and message them something about related to the post, and then invite them to be your friend. So it's kind of collecting those friends. And then when you collect these friends, I think I'll leave. Yeah, so the Facebook, so this method is Simon calls CLAM, which is comment, like, so comment on the post, like the post, add them as a friend, and then message them. So that's the CLAM. If you do that every day, you're collecting enough friends to then take the next step with. And initial message that you send is something about their post, and think about always long term. When you're inviting these people to be your friend, you're creating these long term connections. And you just never know where these relationships and connections take you. And we just hopped off the Hunters and Gatherers call where Kim shared her story. I mean, I've known Kim for quite a long time, and she's been my customer for such a long time. But for me, the most important thing is to have her as a friend first.
And Kim's on our call tonight. Welcome, Kim. Lovely to see you out there.
Thank you. Oh, can you hear me?
We can. Lovely.
Yes. Hi, Kim. Thanks for sharing your story as well. So for me,
thank you.
The number one thing was to have her as my friend. She's such a lovely person. I wanted to have her as my friend, and she was interested in a product, and now she's joined our team, which is awesome. And with the Facebook, like adding the friends is the same as what we do in real life. When we go out and you strike up a conversation or wherever you are, it's your main goal should always be to get a new friend. So then I might let Lucy keep on going from here.
Okay, thanks, Tiina. So far we've covered 3. That's your 3 Facebook posts, and that was beautifully explained, Tiina. Thank you. Then 5, your 5 new contacts for the day. So then we'll just see what Lucy's got to say prior, and then if she can continue. Thanks, Luce.
Hey, Carolina, you can post when you're brushing your teeth in the morning before work. You can post at lunchtime. Just share a post even, and maybe when you finish.
Yeah. If you go to Hunters and Gatherers Facebook group, there are lots of posts that Tamara has put up that are like inspiring quotes. So you can go and save them on your phone into an album, and like, for example, in the morning, just put one of them up. They're inspiring, but you don't have to think about it. It's just something, you just put it up there. It's one of the inspiring quotes for the day, and you're done. And there's lots of them there.
Or you can use, like Liv said, there's a program called Buffer where you can plan your posts like a week in advance to do every day for a week in advance.
Can I just ask you, Lucy, was it Buffer that someone said, Luce Hawkins said by this whatever date in July, so you're not going to be able to schedule? There's something else you can do?
Only on a personal page you won't be able to schedule. I think she said you have to ask Luce. Yeah,
because most of us are just using a personal page. Okay, thank you. Keep going. Great.
So you did 3 and 5, didn't you, Tiina?
Yes. Yeah. The 3 posts a day and the 5 friends every day.
And I must say the 5 friends every day sorry, it's a bit noisy because Mark's working late and kids, you know.
That's
The 5 clam, I was, when you first hear Simon Chan say that, when you don't actually know what he means, it's very kind of, holy shit, I'm not doing that. I'm not just adding 5 people. But when he explains it as in liking their posts, commenting on their posts, sending them a message and adding them as a friend, it feels a lot less kind of traumatic, if you like, and a lot more personal. And it's not about just spamming people. It's about creating relationships with people who have the same interests as you. So actually it felt a lot easier to do it once he'd explained it in that way, because I had a real issue with just adding friends before doing this. Comment, like, add, and message, Liv. So comment on their post, like their post, add them as a friend, and send them a message, always with a question at the end. So the next, so the DMO is 35553. So Tina's done 3 and 5. The next 5 is.
Can I interrupt, sweetie? Just then, when you said with the always end with a question, could you give maybe a bit of an example? Because I think that really brings it home to people.
Oh, okay. So say someone's on a healthy eating page or whatever, and they're saying, I'm struggling to get my kids to eat. It's really hard, blah, blah, blah. You could message and say, oh, I saw your post about getting your kids to struggle to eat. You know, I used to struggle with that too. What kind of things will they eat at the moment? Or is there anything that they do like? Or what kind of foods are you wanting to get in them? So like a question that you can then continue the conversation with.
Perfect. That's a fabulous idea, because you guys, this is how I want the call to be tonight, because, you know, when we just do it fairly sterilely, it's still a bit scary, but and I've got a lot of notes too. And I think at one stage too, I'm going to try and get a few other people who've been doing this successfully on a call as a guest speaker, maybe even Luce Hawkins, et cetera, et cetera. But keep going, please, Lucy. That's fabulous.
So he made us do like 5 or 10 of them in the room, and I was like feeling sick. I was sweating. I was like, oh my God, this is so uncomfortable. And then actually it was totally fine. So the next 5 is invite 5 people to look at a presentation. So this may or may not be I'm working on something really exciting at the moment. This may or may not be for you, but will you take a look? And literally that's all we sent. And everyone in the room had people come back saying, yeah, sure. It won't be everyone that you message that to, and some people will just ignore you and not reply and leave you on scene, but they won't but some people will reply and go, yeah, sure, of course, what is it? So literally the invite 5 people to look at a presentation is, I'm working on something really exciting at the moment, thought of you, it may or may not be of interest. Will you have a look at a video, or will you have or would you like to take a look?
Would you be open to having a look?
Yeah. To having a look. And that's it. You literally decide on 5 people you want to send that to. They can be friends that you've known for ages. They can be anyone. You can send it to anyone. Then I would send them come join us one, Mel. If it's for business, which I've been focusing this on business. If it's product, then obviously you send something else.
Yeah, and I like the Jen Burkhead video 3 too. Nicole was talking about. That's a good one. And even if you're not sending it to a mummy, just say, you know, this one's about mums, but this exciting thing is for everyone.
Yeah. So invite 5 people to look at a presentation. Next one. Follow up with any 5 prospects. So and these prospects can be people that you've spoken to a year ago. Oh, something popped up on my Facebook. It made me think of you. How are you going? Or sorry I haven't got back to you. I've been so busy with my business. How's things been going with you? Things like that. And so, yeah, the 5 follow-ups can be literally anyone that you need to follow up with, just reconnecting. So, you know, it could be someone that you've sent a video to last week. Hold on a sec. River, just wait a minute. Sorry. Mark's working till midnight. Typical, isn't it? No one's asleep. School holidays. We're a family business. Yeah, so it could be someone you've sent the video to last week and you're following up with how the video was. It could be someone that you were talking to 6 months ago and you kind of just drifted off and forgot to follow up with them, or didn't follow up with them for any reason. They got lost in your messenger. Do you know what I mean? And then you could just reconnect with them, you know, saw something, reminded me of you, how you going, or sorry I didn't get back to you about that, how's your health, or whatever it was you were talking about before.
Yeah, that's an awesome point. And the other thing is too, you can act a bit dumb, and even though you may have not really gotten a no before, but you know, say 6 months, 12 months prior, I've actually done his verbiage that Lucie's talking about, and you know, it's just an opening. You never know, their circumstances might have changed. So he's basically saying, I'm sorry I haven't followed up for you for a while. I've been busy growing my business and helping new customers. How are things going with you? So you're not actually reopening, you know, what you may have talked to them before. You're just touching base again. You've got everything to gain and nothing to lose. So when someone says something to you, particularly with our business, don't take it personally, because their stuff might change and they might so need you and didn't even think to contact you. Great, Lucie. Keep going. Terrific.
Sorry, just sneaking up on my child doing dancing. So the next one is the last one, which is the 3, which is send 3 prospects a video to watch, attend a presentation, or a 3-way call. So that could be one of the people that you've targeted before. You're then going to send them the video. It could be that you're inviting someone to Tuesday night at the Glass House. It could be that you're inviting someone to you know, the Nat Bulldog event soon. It's inviting someone to take the next step, really, and to either watch a video or come to an event, basically. Or do a 3-way call or whatever else. So, you know, that's quite a big one, really. And most people will watch a video, I've found.
Yeah.
Which is great. And then they become one of your follow-ups for the next few days or weeks or whatever.
Yeah. And Simon also says when you do send the video, or get them to, you know, particularly if you're sending them something, to say, when you've watched this, you more than likely have questions. When would be a good time for me to contact you to answer them?
Yeah.
You know,
and Nicole, the 5 that you're inviting to look at a bit, just to look at a presentation. The 3 is you're sending a presentation or attending a presentation. Does that make sense?
Yeah. The 5, you're seeing if they're open to having a look, and when they are open to having a look, that's when you send them.
The 3, you're actually sending the video.
Yeah. And do you know what, guys? I say, and there's people on the call here tonight who just happy to do their business mediocre. We've got some I'm all in people and want huge things to happen by conference next year. Here's how I look at it. It's exactly what I said when we started. Some action is better than none. So even if you just to get a handle on this, to not overwhelm you, to not scare you, what's wrong with doing a couple of posts a day and just 2, where it says 5, do 2, where it says another 5, do 2, it'll just be slower for you. But they say if you do this consistently for 2 or 3 weeks, things will start to happen. Things definitely will start to happen.
Even if it's creating traction, do you know what I mean? And creating momentum for you.
Yeah, and something I noticed this afternoon when I was doing the DMO, I was getting a little bit flustered because I don't feel I'm in the really right group. So Natalie Baldock said, think of 5 things you're really passionate about and go in those interest groups. The only thing I can find that suits me at the moment is a foodie group, which is good. And I just happen to be in one that's talking about low carb, high fats, bit of intermittent fasting, that sort of thing. I just don't seem to be able to find the right thing. But then I read some notes from Simon, and he said, don't try and multitask. Like, if this is going to take you 15 minutes, those of you who have only got snatches of time, just get in there and do your adding. Go off and wash the floor, do whatever you have to do. Then at another stage, do your inviting. Don't mix it. Like, don't try and add, invite, all that. Just let it all happen. He says just focus on one thing. Who else have we got on who was actually there? Was anyone else there?
No.
No. Did anyone get around?
I'll tell you what, it was bloody, I was so tired.
Yeah.
And I was like, why the fuck did I agree to this? And then at the end of it, I was like, I'm so glad I went.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the best Facebook explanation. Can I just add to that? What Simon says that, like we said, you take these snatches of time and you just focus one snatch of time. I'll give it just 5 or 10 minutes. You just focus on adding your 5 new friends. Whether they accept your friend request or not, doesn't matter. You've done your DMO, you've invited them. And I found that a lot of people do accept your friend request. You've never seen them. And what I also found that if you send them something like, I just saw your post, you comment on their post, and then you send a message, I just saw your post, I love what you're doing, or give them some kind of compliment. They message back to you. You don't need to message back to them straight away. It doesn't matter. That's the great thing about Facebook Messenger.
Busy, he said, didn't he?
Sorry, what was that, Lucy?
He said, be busy. Don't reply straight away. You don't want to reply straight away.
Absolutely, absolutely. Something as
so Carolina, for example, if you're working, I work during the day, on my business. Like if you're working, you just in the morning. I drop my kids off. Like now it's holidays, but when it's school, I'll get back and I'll do my 15 minutes. Just adding people. I try to do my inspirational post before I leave for school run. Then I do my adding of the people. And I don't look at it. I don't go back to it and try to answer the message or do any of that until I've got another snatch of 15 minutes of time. And I've got one lady, we've been sending each other, it's just once every second day. And we're having a conversation. It's great. And it's totally fine to let them wait. And another thing Simon said, that if they come back to you, like for example, you send that initial message that I'm working on something exciting, would you be open to taking a look? Well, if they come back to you and say, sure, what is it? You don't tell them at any point what it actually is. You tell them, I'll just send you a video, which will explain it a lot better than I can, or something like that. So if they come and say, oh, what is it? Or I'm not good at sales, so I'm not into selling, if that's what it is. You just go, no, I hate selling too. But you always come back to, I'll send you a video that will explain it really well or better. So, and if they're like, but just tell me or something like that, then in some point you can always say, maybe it's not for you. Perhaps it's not for you. So Simon said, sometimes you almost need to take it away from them.
Reverse
to
psychology.
then make them want it even more. And then you say, no, perhaps it's not for you. And then they come, no, send it to me. Yeah, I'll have a look.
Yeah. Yeah.
making it valuable by not just throwing it at them, but making them actually want it.
Yeah. So we've discussed the DMO tonight, the 35553. Does anyone feel a little bit like they understand it more? It really was a case of you have to be there. And of course, because those of us who were there, we're now in a bit of a messenger group, and everyone's been wonderful. They've been sharing, and what would you say to this? And then they're reminded of what Simon said to do and not to waffle on and this, that, and the other. So the best thing I can say to you is, if there, I think on Team Angels the other day, I did his talk on the DMO. I think I posted it, didn't I, on our page. Take the time to have a look at that. Try and Google, try and find anything you can on Simon Chan's DMO 35553. I've also got his, well, it's laminated, but I'll have this here on Saturday if anyone would like me to take a copy of it. And you can also, if you can understand it, very happy for you to take photos of my notes in my notebook on Saturday. There was something else I wanted to tell you guys too, and I can't think what it was. Never mind. Fine. So, any questions? It does feel a little bit better though. What we'll do, I think people like Tiina and myself and Lucy, who are actually doing this, and we've been to the whole day seminar, we might repeat this call in 3 or 4 weeks, if that's okay, and see how we're going with it, and see if we can do some more explaining to you. Okay, I think that's really important. And also someone from another team who's been very successful, might try and get them onto a team call as a guest. The other thing is, Sadhana, can you just quick raise of hands, who is coming to the I'm All In workshop, strategy planning on Saturday?
What workshop?
The I'm All In after conference, strategy and planning for where you want to be for next conference 2019.
I am Hilary.
Sorry,
Oh,
is that Carleen?
Carleen. Yeah.
Great. Right. If everyone could just bring a little bit of morning tea, that would really help. But we'll really be going through who needs what and qualifying and all sorts. I don't want anyone to feel they have to come. This is one of those things that it's I'm all in. This is what I want to achieve. It doesn't matter if we don't achieve it, but that is our intent. And we're going to have the whiteboard out. We're going to show you what you need, whether it's doing a restart or getting there. And we're just going to be really straight to the point what we need to do. So just again, Tanya, are you coming, lovey, or are you having trouble with that?
I'm a maybe. I've got 5 different things on at that time, of course.
Why am I not surprised?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
All right, lovey.
I'll let you know, Hill. Of course, I'll let you know.
All right. Okay. Fantastic. All right. Any questions before we go? I can only say that I'm not only pleased and proud, I'm so happy for you guys who bothered to be on the previous call and this call, because you will always learn something. You will always learn something. And I think finally you realize that when we've got new people on, we want to show them what a fabulous community we are, and we're all sharing. So thank you very much. I will see you, I think it was 10:30 on Saturday, wasn't it? If you think of it, bring a little plate to share for morning tea. I'll make sure I get something as well. Tea and coffee will be on and ready, as will be the heating by the look of it. So I shall see you. If anyone hasn't got my address, just PM me and I'll let you know. On that note, we'll stop the recording.